Jim and I had one prayer ever since our wedding day. I had no illusions of being a career woman. Not that that's a bad thing. It just was never me. Jim and I both believed in having not only a family, but a large family. In fact, Jim once broke up with a girl because she insisted she would have no more than 3 children. We were a perfect combination. Now, after 6 years, nothing has worked for us. 15 different prescriptions. 7 different artificial insemination techniques. And thousands of dollars. And all we have to show for it are 3 miscarriages and a never-ending stream of tears.
Amy was on her way to the mall. We'd spent the night before making a list of everything we would need for our dorm rooms. High school was over and we were ready. Best friends who could actually live together. She was going to decorate the dorm as she could. She was 4 blocks away from Kmart when she got hit by a truck. The cops said that there was no way she could have stopped. There was no way she suffered. She was gone in an instant.
I didn't need to listen to my father or the dozens of other people who told me what I should do with my life when I got out of grad school. The firm gave me a good salary, maybe not quite enough to cover the life I decided to live, but hey, advancement was inevitable. So I had the best apartment, I had the best stereo, I had the perfect bachelor pad to lure in the beautiful bride I always wanted. I had no problem showering the bridal candidates with the finest gifts. Then the interest payments started piling up. It got to the point that it was either pay the credit card bills or pay rent. I thought the end of the tunnel would come in the form of a raise, but instead, all I got were budget cutbacks and a bad credit report and an eviction notice when I couldn't even meet rent.
Young moms have enough to worry about. I mean, nothing can prepare you for the challenge of raising an infant, especially when your husband's already a handful. Katie was about 3 months old when the doctor started to say that something was wrong. And I just thought being tired was part of being a new mom. So Mike and I were determined not to worry, even as the doctor ordered more and more tests. And then one day, our optimism just died. One word took our happy home and sent it crashing down. Cancer.
I was the good guy. On a sales trip, I'd be the guy that left early, go back to the hotel room, call the wife and kids, tell them how much I love them. While everybody else was spending the whole night out, sitting in the club. I never spent a bonus check or a dime of a commission on anything I wanted. It was trips to Disney, to the beach, clothes for the kids, but nothing I selfishly wanted. We weren't wealthy. We didn't have the biggest house, but we had a happy home up until 18 months ago. I always dreamt about having time off to spend some time with my kids. But I wanted on my terms, not after a layoff.
I couldn't believe this was happening to me. There's nothing I love more in the world than children. I've never wanted anything more in my life. So why was this being denied to me? Why would God place this desire in my heart and then keep it. Just out of my reach. If I'm not meant to have children, fine. But why don't you take away the desire along with the dream?
Amy was such a good person. She had so many dreams and brought joy to everyone she met. No one ever understood me like Amy did. How could you have done that? She was so precious, so good, and you just ripped her out of this world.
You know, I never set out to cheat anybody. I still don't think that's what I did, but that's what all the bill collectors and lawyers keep telling me I am. You're a liar. You're a thief. I can't live my life this way, but I don't have a choice. I don't make enough to cover my debt and to even cover the maintenance on the small apartment I have now. I just don't know what to do.
When I see my daughter, I see the future. I see first words and first steps. I see her first day at school. I see first dances and first driving lessons, and I see grandchildren. You know, it's not that I expect to be able to live longer than my little girl. It's just, couldn't I at least live long enough to see her enjoy her life?
I wanted to give them a good life. I watched my investments. I made sure the kids had everything. What I can't understand is, why am I going through this trial? Why does my family have to go through it with me? God, why are you doing this to them? To me?
I can scream at God all day. I can ask questions. I can shed tears. I can yell until my throat is completely dry. It won't change my circumstance. But it also won't change something else. God's faithfulness to me.
It seems so selfish now, how I felt after Amy's death. I still miss her laughter and how she made me feel so special. But I know that Amy's death shone the light of God in so many lives and brought much more of God's love to others than she could have ever accomplished in life.
I know God won't leave me in this crisis. And I know for sure He doesn't owe me anything. If I'm up to my eyes in bills, or if I'm debt-free, He can still use me to touch people. Maybe He can even use my crisis to touch them too.
And learning that it's not about me. It's not about my happy life or my happy ending. It's about God being glorified in the world. And I praise Him for every day that I get to see my daughter grow. And I pray that for every day that He gives me, that I'd be able to live life for Him. That I'd be able to teach Katie to grow up and love God. And I'd be able to show that love to others.
You know, my little guy put it best. He said to me, "Daddy, you don't need money. You don't need a job. You got me, Mommy, and Jesus. Put that way, I'm richer than I deserve. I know this crisis is going to go away at some point. I just hope the things I've learned through all of this don't go away with